going to grab that spinnerbait bait right now and mixing it up a little bit. Spinnerbait fish, it's still kind of in between both. They've been hitting a spinnerbait pretty good, so I'm not, I don't need a trailer hook on it. I only missed one out of half a dozen bites. But boy, when these fish in fall, the surprising thing in a lot of these systems we get on is how shallow some of these big smallmouth will get in on these darker water smallmouth environments up north. I mean, you can get fish as shallow as 1.5 feet of water. When the water temperature is like this, in the low 60s like this. There's something about a lot of those fish that have been deeper for a while in summer with the water temperature change. And it wasn't that long ago this water was 83 degrees here, now it's 63. And you see a whole bunch of these fish get up shallow and they spread out. And they're feeding, they're running a lot of bait, different types of bait, and they're eating. So you get a lot of fish that are moving in small groups, some on flats, some on outside breaks like this. And that's why you stick with that moving bait. You can just cover so much more water, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have more fish, especially if they're shallow like this, than you can on on a vertical bait. And there's nothing more fun than catching big smallmouth on 17, 20-pound test bait casting equipment with swim jigs or slow swim baits like Jimmy is throwing in spinner baits up in the shallow water and just running it over and around that cover. And you see that big brown or black thing come up behind that bait and go whoosh. Toe-to-toe battle. You've been drop shotting and finesse fishing most of the summer. This is a fun change of pace when it happens.
One thing that's really important is the realization is the boat control for this technique. Right now when the fish are shallow, any species for that matter, right now we're fishing for smallmouth bass. When they're in shallow water, right now we're catching them anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 foot of water. The fish are spread out. We have a blocking off area. We fished, we caught 2 or 3 fish along here. The next big point, we're gonna catch 2 or 3 fish on that spot. But what the real key is, it's a run and gun approach. We're actually constantly covering water, put the trolling motor on 20, 30%, and you just keep on fan casting and looking for active biters.
You know the old saying, less is more? Well, in a fall like this, more is more. Cover more water and catch more fish. A few things are primary to allow you to do this all day long. 1, an extremely powerful troll motor. 2, the batteries to support it. And 3, a bulletproof charging system. This is the lifeblood of a power fisherman. Today we have the Minn Kota Fortrex 101 on my Big Lund 2075 Pro V. This troll motor has enough horsepower to pull this big boat all day long, and a charging system that does a few essential things. Minn Kota's new precision onboard battery chargers feature a microprocessor designed for faster, more efficient charging. They compensate for low line voltage, recognize battery types, and customize the charge to each battery. This helps extend battery life and ensures that you hit the water with a 100% reserve charge every time out. You'll never run out of juice again, even when you're fighting river current all day long.